For the past 6 years, we've been sharing our family's finances online. We've come a long way in those 6 years. We started out in 6 figures of student loan debt, making $40,000 a year, and had a family of 5. Now we are debt-free. We are working to pay off our mortgage for our modest family home, and we're a family of almost 8. Every month we share what we earned, what we spent, what we saved, what we put toward our goals. A couple of things before I share my screen with you and show you our real budget with all the real numbers. First, we've used YNAB since the beginning of 2014 and we love it. I will leave a link down in the description below if you want to try a free month of it. Second, we live on last month's income, which means we're a month ahead of our bills. I have a whole video dedicated to what that means and how you can stop living paycheck to paycheck and get a month ahead. And I will link that below and put that at the end of the video. That's a really great one for you to get in a position to be a month ahead. Third, like I said, we are a family of 7, soon to be 8, and we live in Northern California. And lastly, I usually wait till the month is completely over before I do our budget updates, but this month, because of the schedule, I'm doing this a couple days before the end of the month. So when we go into the budget right now and you see it, it's still August. So any transactions that happen in the next day or two will be put towards September. So I'm closing it out right now, and this is what August looks like. Okay, with that background, let's jump into August's budget. Okay, this is our budget in YNAB. The first category here, income for next month. This is our holding category for the money that we earn this month in August that we will use and spend in September. So I'll explain a little bit more about this, what this $12.99 means at the end or after I go through the spending. But this is where we log all of our paychecks or any income that we get throughout the month. All the other money that we're going to go through is money that we earned in July, in the previous month, that we're spending in August. So our first category is giving. We tithe 10% on what we earned in the previous month, so in July. So all this is July spending. So we've got that here. Fast offering is another donation that we make through our church. Monthly bills. Okay, our mortgage, our regular mortgage payment that includes interest, principal, property tax, homeowners insurance, and a little bit of PMI is $3,454. About $1,700 of that actually goes to principal. We have a 15-year mortgage. We're aiming to pay it off in 5 years, but this is no extra. This is just our regular 15-year mortgage. Car insurance, $238.97. Right now we have 3 cars on our insurance. We have 2 vans, and we need to sell one of them, but we just haven't yet. We had one of them in the shop. So anyway, hopefully this will go back down to what it regularly is. Electricity is $351. Our house is completely electric. This also includes the electricity used in our Airbnb rental, which is also on our property and is on the same meter. It looks high. We really rarely use our air conditioning, like 5 days a month maybe, but it's just expensive in California. PG&E has high rates. Internet, $65. Water. Our water bill comes every other month, so we usually set aside half of it each month so that when the bill comes, the money is already there. And it was higher than normal this last time. So instead of setting $45 a month, we set $55 a month now. So hopefully that will be sufficient. Trash, same thing. It comes every other month, and so we set aside half of it each month. The rate just went up. So this month we normally budget, oh, I don't know what it was before, $34, I think. Oh yeah, here we go. Average budgeted $34. But the rate went up this month, so I had to add a little bit more to what we budgeted so that we could pay that bill. And then from now on, we'll divide this in half and have a higher amount that we set aside each month. My cell phone with Republic Wireless is $22.48 a month. That includes all the
taxes and fees or whatever. If you're paying a lot more than this for your cell phone, then it might be time to switch to something more affordable. A lot of people who I've worked with spend a lot of money on cell phones, and that's a great area to cut if you're working to reduce your budget and pay off debt. I'll leave a link to what we use, Republic Wireless, down in the comments. We also have, so my husband has a Republic Wireless phone too, but he charges that to his business account, his business budget. So we have a home phone, not a landline, it's a VoIP phone with UMA. My husband works from home a lot and likes to have that phone as well. So that's less than $5 a month. So those are our monthly bills that we can count on every month. The next category, like umbrella category, is everyday expenses. These are ones that we have more control over. First, food. We aim for 450 is what I set this month. So we went over that a little. We're at 490. And when I say we went over, this isn't just willy-nilly, spend an extra $40. That $40 has to come from somewhere. Those are real dollars that we earned in July. So if I need to spend more in grocery, then that has to come from a different category. And so throughout the month, I'm moving money around. Fuel, we've actually been under what I budgeted the last couple months. So we're at 387. Like I said, it's not quite the end of the month yet, so there might be a little bit more, but we'll just charge that to September. That'll be in September's budget. Household miscellaneous, 233. Let's see. We've got laundry detergent, some church magazines, other things at Walmart that I didn't even record what we got, just that we spent something that was in the household category. Clothing, we spent 122. This was all our back to school shopping, and I've got a whole video showing how we did our back to school shopping for all of our kids at the thrift store, and we got some great things. We spent about $25 per kid, so if you're curious to see what we got, I'll link that down below and up here. For animals, we bought 3 bags of chicken feed, a bag of cat food, and a bale of alfalfa hay. Kids' activities in school, this is our school supplies, though most of the things like crayons and pencils and notebooks are things that I already had at home. This was for gym clothes, lock for a locker, some band supplies, so that's $58. Kids' allowances, we do $60 a month. I've got a blog post that explains how we do that, and I haven't taken all the cash out for that this month. Fun says 0 here, but we did spend some from our sinking fund, our family fun fund, which I'll show you in a second. So that's our everyday expense. Now for our sinking funds, these are fun categories that we put money into every month, but we don't necessarily spend from every month. So the money builds up over here. With these other categories, when there's money left over, I already did this before doing this video, but when there's extra food budget or extra fuel budget left, when there's green over here, I take that and I put that toward whatever financial goal we're working toward, which right now is paying off our mortgage. But with the sinking funds, we leave that money there. We know that even if we didn't spend anything for car repair this month, we will be spending something in the future. So we set that money aside so that when we need it, it's there. So this month, so we haven't paid much in medical all year long. Our insurance changed, and my husband finally collected all the bills and had to call on a bunch of them because they were trying to bill our old insurance. And anyway, it was a mess, and I let him take care of it. But we finally started paying on some of these they're small bills, but started paying these, getting them out of the way. So we had 1 emergency room visit, 1 x-ray, and then some ultrasounds and other regular prenatal stuff. So we spent $633. We put $400 every month. So this is the balance here, $3,311. So for car repair, we put $300 a month and didn't spend any this month. We'll have some at the beginning of next month though. So right now we have a little more than $2,300 in there. Christmas, we put $100 a month and can buy Christmas things throughout the year, but we didn't buy any this month. Right now there's $500 or so in there. Life insurance, if we put aside $75 each month, then by the time our premiums are due in, I don't know, November-ish, the money's all there. So there's $730 in there right now. Birthday and gifts, we do $40 a month. This month we had some kid birthdays, one of our kids, and then a friend birthday. And I also, one of our favorite cooperative games was on sale on Amazon. I just happened to look it up, and it was a cheaper price than I had ever seen before. So I bought 3 of them so that could be in our gift stash for when my kids go to birthday parties with their friends. We've already got a gift that our family loves. I'll leave a link to that in the description because it's a really fun one if you're looking for a Christmas present for your family. So there's 211 remaining in this category. For car registration and smog, that's $40 a month. So there's 343 there, waiting for when our cars need to be re-registered. Our family fund. So most of this money comes from the Ohm Connect program that we do this month. Let's see. This month we earned $152 with Ohm Connect. But we also went to Six Flags. We bought our tickets the month before, and then when we actually went, we paid $15 to get a locker to put our food in because you can't bring food in there. And then we didn't have to buy greasy, expensive food in the park, and we just went out and ate our food from the locker. We went to Chipotle and we went to the Golden Gate Bridge, so we had tolls for that. But this, like I said, this whole fund is basically funded with our Ohm Connect money. The kids used to recycle bottles and stuff, but they don't do that anymore. If you're in California or Texas or I think Toronto, definitely check out the Ohm Connect program. I'll leave a link to a video that explains all about how we earn that money with very little effort. Okay, next we have home projects. This is a category that we used to fund, but we haven't funded in a while. It still has $415 in it. This month we spent $145. My husband's building a new clothesline outside and bought a digging bar and other, wire for the clothesline and stuff. That's what all of this is from. We didn't put anything in vacation or car fund this month, so those are our sinking categories, our sinking funds. Investing, we put $25 per kid per month in their 529s, which isn't much, but it's something. My IRA, we put $500 a month, and so that will max it out for my Roth IRA. $90 a month for our tax planning and preparation for our plan. Self-employment tax savings, I just keep this in here for when it's when our quarterly taxes are due. Rental expenses, so this is where that $12.99 comes in. Most of our expenses for our Airbnb are kind of worked into our regular budget because we share utilities and things like that. But any other expenses beyond that will show up here. Like this is for Netflix for the Airbnb. But if we need new towels or something like that, that will show up here. And then during the month, it's like this $12.99 is not here. So it looks like this. Whoops. Yeah, it looks like this throughout the month where it's got that $12.99 like, oh, you spent this on a credit card and don't have it budgeted for. But I know because we're a month ahead, I'm not worried about, overdrafting or anything like that. But then at the end of the month, so it would look like this, it would say 0. And then at the end of the month, when I'm zeroing things out and getting everything figured out, I cover this overspending with the money earned this month. So basically that's taking the expense out of the profit. And so that puts this as budgeted here and puts it as a negative here. So it takes the expense out of our profit. So that's, where was I? That's what that is for. The rental emergency fund, we just have this about $2,000 sitting here in case something crazy happens. And now down to our goal category. We didn't put a ton toward our mortgage this month. We had a lot last month, but this month it was just $645. Also, I have this, sold a couple of little things on eBay, $38. Same thing over here, that this extra money was sitting here at the end of the month, and I just subtracted that out and sent that money right here to this category, the mortgage extra. Let's see, we've got, yeah, our emergency funds here, and that pretty much covers all of our expenses. Let me show you the income, how that works. So I keep track of it up here at the end of the month. This is my husband's normal take-home pay for his job at the state. So I just took $1,000 as a paycheck from my blog this month. We've got some expenses coming up in the future, so I just wanted to not take all of my normal income out. Our Airbnb this month, after expenses, is the highest it's ever been. We made $1,807 this month from our Airbnb, and my husband didn't take a check from his private law firm. He's working to finish all that up and get it closed down by the end of the year so he can help me on Six Figures Under. So this money here that we earned in August, we will use for budgeting for September. If you have any questions on the way we budget, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer those for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And for more frugal inspiration and financial motivation, subscribe to our channel. Thanks. Have a great day.